Margot Robbie might be the most recognised Australian actor in the world right now, but not just because of Barbie. She's one of those rare talents who's cracked the Hollywood code without losing her grip on reality. She's not a diva and she's not a manufactured puppet. That's pretty much expected though, given that she's Australian. Exceptionally good at what she does, highly ambitious yet still relatable, despite being drop-dead gorgeous and absurdly successful. But again, she's not from Hollywood. She didn't even come from Sydney or Melbourne. Margot grew up in Dalby, a rural town in Queensland, and spent most of her early life in the Gold Coast hinterland. Her mother was a physiotherapist. Her father was a sugarcane farmer who left the family when she was young, something Margot's spoken about a few times, but never in a way that invites pity. If anything, she seems grateful for the hard yakka environment she was raised in. She was one of 4 siblings and apparently earned the nickname Maggot from them, which is both hilarious and hilariously Australian. As a teenager, she worked 3 jobs, including at Subway, while focusing on drama at her high school, Somerset College. Straight after school, she moved to Melbourne by herself, where there were more acting opportunities to pursue. Without qualifications, a backup plan or a place to stay, Margot forged ahead anyway. She got her start, like so many Aussies do, on Neighbours. Her role as Donna Friedman began as a guest appearance in 2008, but Margot's charisma was undeniable. The producers quickly offered her a full-time role, and by the time she left in 2011, she was a fan favourite. It might be easy to dismiss Neighbours as soapy fluff, but it was the perfect training ground, and don't forget, Neighbours pretty much gave us Kylie Minogue as well. Margot said that the pace of the show taught her discipline, resilience, and how to take direction fast, skills that ended up giving her an edge in Hollywood. After moving to LA, Margot's first big acting job was Pan Am, a short-lived drama about 1960s flight attendants. It only lasted 1 season, but it got her in the door. And then came The Wolf of Wall Street, the role that changed everything. It's easy to forget how shocking that performance was at the time. Up against Leonardo DiCaprio, in a Martin Scorsese film no less, most new actors would fade into the background. But not Margot. Her portrayal of Naomi LaPaglia, the tough, seductive, street-smart wife of DiCaprio's Jordan Belfort, was unforgettable. She held her own. She even slapped Leo across the face during her audition, which reportedly impressed Scorsese so much he cast her on the spot. The performance launched her into a new league, and unlike some young actors who get overwhelmed by overnight fame, Margot not only coped with it, but took it a step further. In 2014, she founded Lucky Chap Entertainment with her now husband Tom Ackerley and a group of friends. They were all young, ambitious, and sick of waiting around for the industry to hand them good scripts. So they made their own, and that move, starting a production company in her 20s, is arguably the smartest thing Margot Robbie has done yet. Lucky Chap's first big hit was I, Tonya, the biopic about controversial figure skater Tonya Harding. Not only did Margot star in it, she produced it as well, and she trained like mad for it. She'd done figure skating as a kid, but nothing like this. Despite some of the more dangerous moves being performed by stunt doubles, Margot learned and practiced routines and did as much of the skating as she could. The film was a smash, and Margot's performance earned her an Oscar nomination for Best Actress. She didn't win, but she was now officially in the Serious Actor Club. Since then, she's stacked up a filmography most actors would envy. From Mary Queen of Scots, where she played a disfigured Elizabeth I, to Sharon Tate in Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, to Bombshell, where she played a young Fox News employee confronting workplace harassment. She's shown she can do period drama, psychological realism, satire, comedy, or whatever she turns her hand to. And then there's Harley Quinn, the mentally unstable, sometimes romantic sidekick to the Joker. Margot's portrayal of Harley in Suicide Squad introduced a whole new generation to the character. She brought something kind of unhinged, funny, and genuinely fresh to a role that could easily have been cartoonish and two-dimensional. Fans loved her, even when the film itself copped flack, and she doubled down in Birds of Prey and The Suicide Squad, both of which she also produced. She said she fought hard for Harley to be messy, chaotic, powerful and complicated, essentially more than just a sidekick in hot pants. And that's been a theme in a lot of Margot's work, making sure female characters get to be more than just tropes. Then came Barbie. It was a massive swing, a $1 billion studio film about a children's doll, which to many represents sexism and female repression, directed by Greta Gerwig and starring Margot as the titular character. It could have been awful. Instead, it became one of the most culturally significant films of the decade. Not just because of the all-girl power message, or the acid satire, or even Ryan Gosling's performance as Ken. Margot pulled it off. She found a way to make Barbie not only relevant, but profound. It's a performance that balances whimsy and existential dread, charm and vulnerability, and she made it look effortless. The film became the highest-grossing release of her career, and the first ever $1 billion movie directed solely by a woman. Margot's influence was all over it, from development to wardrobe to that final gynecologist joke. She didn't just star in Barbie, she made it happen. But Margot's impact isn't just on screen. She's quietly become a powerful producer in Hollywood, especially for women. Through Lucky Chap, she's produced female-driven stories like Promising Young Woman, Maid on Netflix, and the forthcoming My Old Ass. She's committed to backing new voices, especially female writers and directors, and her company reportedly insists on gender parity in their productions. That's not something she shouts about in interviews, but it does matter. There's also the fact that Margot has helped reset the idea of what an Aussie actor can be. For years, the stereotype was rugged men like Hugh Jackman and Russell Crowe, or girl-next-door singers like Olivia Newton-John. Margot's carved out a space that's fierce, feminine, smart and uncompromising. She's not there to be the girlfriend or the love interest, she's actually driving the story. And she hasn't turned her back on Australia either. She still brings productions here when she can, and she's been vocal about the talent pool down under. Her rise has opened the door for other Aussies, including writers, editors and production staff, to get their work seen internationally. In interviews, she comes across as warm, cheeky and not afraid to take the piss. One of her most viral moments came from an appearance on the Graham Norton show, where she told a hilarious story about wearing a ridiculous outfit in front of Barack Obama at a party. She's also admitted to being a massive Harry Potter nerd and once had a wild night out with Cara Delevingne and Suki Waterhouse that ended with them breaking into a tea shop. She's not pretending to be perfect and she's not pretending to be someone else. She's also fiercely private. Despite being one of the most photographed women on the planet, she keeps her personal life under wraps. She and Tom Ackley married in 2016 in a small ceremony in Byron Bay, and they've pretty much kept their relationship out of the tabloids ever since. No red carpet PDAs, no Instagram posts, just quiet teamwork behind the scenes. So where does Margot Robbie go from here? She's already ticked off the sort of career goals that would take others decades to achieve. Oscar nominations, $1 billion box office, critical acclaim and industry clout. But she's not slowing down. She's reportedly working on a reboot of the Ocean's 11 franchise with Ryan Gosling. Lucky Chap has multiple projects in the pipeline, and you can bet whatever she does next will surprise people. What makes Margot Robbie so fascinating isn't just the talent. It's the combination of ambition and grounding, of knowing exactly how Hollywood works, staying human inside it, and succeeding all the same. She's built a career on bold choices, but more importantly, she's built a career on backing herself, and that, more than anything, might be the most Australian thing about her.